Mr. Speaker. Since 2000, the world-class pathology lab at the Tom Baker Cancer Centre has developed and performed a variety of critical tests for cancer patients in Alberta. These tests are crucial in determining life-saving treatments. However, in 9 days, the cancer testing lab at the Tom Baker is going to be shut down. Wow. This Super Board decision was made without consultation and despite questions and warnings from the lab's director, Dr. Tony Magliocco, and other pathologists. To the Premier, will you heed the warnings and stop the closure of the Tom Baker Cancer Centre Pathology Lab today?
The Honourable Premier.
Do the right thing, Alison.
Mr. Speaker, when we're managing health care, we have to understand that there are responsibilities the government takes on and there are responsibilities that Alberta Health Services take on. We know that some of the information we've seen today would certainly suggest that there's been a disagreement within the workplace with respect to some decisions. It's entirely appropriate for those to be dealt with within the workplace, Mr. Speaker, and that's where we'll leave them.
The Honourable Member.
Again, to the Premier, it's just so disgusting. Given the proof of intimidation in the healthcare system, and given that Dr. Magliocco has expressed no confidence in the Health Quality Council, and Premier said he would return to Alberta to testify in a full judicial public inquiry, will you do the right thing, keep your promise that you said you were going to do when you ran for the leader, and call a full judicial public inquiry today, and not your gobbledygook that you're tabling later on?
Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to see that, in fact, if someone does have concerns with respect to doctor intimidation, that they would be prepared to come to an inquiry. The legislation will be tabled in the House today, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that that can happen. If there are issues to be determined, then I am full confidence that the Health Quality Council is going to be able to get to the bottom of that. The physicians are going to be able to testify with protection, and that's where we're going to get to deal with these issues, Mr. Speaker, before we start suggesting that there may or may not be proof, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member.
Unbelievable.
Given that Dr. Magliocco was ignored, stonewalled, ostracized, and intimidated for raising his concerns over the planned closure, it's clear that intimidation is real, and world-class healthcare professionals are leaving this province. What are you going to do to stop other world-class professionals from leaving our province? Premier, call the public inquiry.
The Honourable Premier.
Mr. Speaker, there will be legislation before this House that is going to allow for that inquiry to take place. It is very important that Albertans know what is happening, Mr. Speaker, and it's also very important that we do not jump to conclusions, Mr. Speaker. We know that there will be disagreements in workplaces, as we know there are in all workplaces. But when we start jumping to conclusions as to what that may or may not have resulted or could have become, Mr. Speaker, that is not appropriate for this House.